We have learned an inmate in jail for unpaid fines died in custody, and a newly filed lawsuit alleges part of the reason he died is because the jail was too cheap to pay for an ambulance.
And on top of that, the lawsuit alleges jail staff and the medical contractor at that jail delayed emergency care by hours. And what is normally a routine emergency room visit for most people turns into a death sentence for this man. 4 investigates. In this video released by the Doña Ana County Jail, you see Hector Garcia on the bottom left of your screen. He slumps over and falls to the ground. This happened around 5:53 p.m. on August 4th, 2019. The video is silent, but a lawsuit states he told jail guards that his pain was a 10 out of 10. He begged for help, and he vomited blood. Attorney Matt Coyte represents his family.
And it seemed apparent from the video, certainly apparent from the medical records, that it was a no-brainer. They should have called 911 immediately.
Instead, hours passed and Garcia's health worsened. In this video, you see staff finally put him into the medical unit, and you can see Garcia cannot even stand or keep his uniform on. The video shows he is in obvious distress.
If he wasn't in jail, if he was anywhere else and looked like this and collapsed the number of times he had, he'd go to jail, he'd go to emergency room in an ambulance.
This next video is time-stamped at 11:16 p.m. By this point, according to the lawsuit, he was turning cold. His blood pressure was significantly down, and he was unresponsive. Garcia was suffering from a perforated ulcer, and the contents of his bowels were entering his abdominal cavity, which led to sepsis. According to the lawsuit, perforated ulcers are common inside emergency rooms, and with routine surgery, the problem can be fixed. But with hours passing and no emergency care rendered to Garcia, his situation turned deadly. It wouldn't be until 1 a.m. that staff took him to a hospital in a prison transport van. Coyte alleges the Doña Ana County Jail and the contracted medical provider Horizon Health, Inc. wanted to save money by not calling for an ambulance to pick up Garcia.
He paid for his life because a private corporation was trying to save money, and we're putting people in jail because they have not paid small amounts of fines. And these things lead to disaster, and they must stop.
And we should mention Matt Coyte, the attorney there, is alleging there's actually a pattern emerging at the Doña Ana County Jail. He has filed other lawsuits alleging other inmates there also did not receive proper medical care, which resulted in their deaths. We did reach out to a spokesperson for Doña Ana County both yesterday, again today. The spokesperson never responded to our repeated requests for comment.